But another big important deal that happened overnight is, of course, the ZEEL deal. Just to recap what's happened in ZEEL, ZEEL will sell, that's the ZEEL promoters will sell 11% stake to Invesco Oppenheimer. So that's what we are looking at. And they will raise about 4,200 crores in personal capacity to pay back debt. They will still be remaining with greater than 20% stake in the company. And the management control also remains with Mr. Punit Goenka. In fact, Mr. Punit Goenka, MD and CEO at ZEEL, is with us. Sir, just first to start with, can you just share with us the details of the deal that you have struck with Oppenheimer Funds? Will you need approvals from mutual fund regulator? How soon will this cash inflow come in?
Yeah, so we did a deal for 11% of the stake that is held by the promoters for a total consideration of rupees 4,224. The approvals from the lenders is required only from the perspective of who all want to participate. As you know, the pledge levels are higher than this amount, but I'm pretty confident that all will participate and we'll be able to consummate the deal within weeks, worst case by end of August.
Can you share with us the pricing details? What do you make of the valuations of this deal? The fact that it has been at a greater than 10% premium?
Yeah, if you do the maths on this, this will translate to a 400 rupee share price.
Okay, fair enough. How much debt will this stake sale repay, and what will be the remaining debt on books as well? The debt level that you're going to be comfortable with going forward.
So the total debt on the promoters' books is 11,000 crores, of which we would have paid 4,224, which means we are left with less than 7,000 crores of debt, about 6,800 odd. Our endeavor is that by 30th September, we would repay even this by sale of assets which are non-media assets, like the financial services sector portfolio that we have, the roads portfolio, as well as the solar power portfolio. And beyond that, if there is any shortfall for the balance, we will consider another small stake sale of ZEEL.
Okay, and are you still in talks with a strategic investor down the line, or will the stake sale plans conclude with the Oppenheimer investment? You've also alluded to another tranche of stake sale shortly. Would this be financial or strategic?
So the timelines for sale of these assets are with strategic investors. On the ZEEL front, now I think the strategic deal is off the table, given that the timelines for closure on a strategic deal would not take place by 30th September, which is our deadline with the lenders, and hence will be a financial investor only. But the solar as well as the road assets will be sold to a strategic partner. It's a full exit from our side for the assets that they buy. And yeah, that's what it is.
Right. So, Punit, did pressure to meet the deadline force you to choose financial investor over a strategic investor?
Yes, to an extent, it was the reason we had chosen to go with the financial investor, because we cannot renege on our deadline with the lenders. What it means for the company, not really anything much. It's business as usual at ZEEL. We will continue our growth trajectory as we have projected, and all plans, whether it be on the broadcast business or ZEE5, will continue to roll out as planned.
Okay, so are you in talks with lenders for restructuring loans, and what is the timeline in place for debt repayment?
Well, now that we have closed the transaction with Invesco Oppenheimer, we will engage with the lenders formally starting tomorrow itself to start getting their consent. And then, as I said, the transaction close is at the outset 31st August or end of August for this 11% tranche. And for the balance 6,000 odd or 6,600 odd crores, it will be by the end of September.
What about the capex? Will you need to rework that? Couldn't a strategic investor not help in this area, at least in giving the access to global markets, further fundraising if required, maybe technology as well could come in if there was a strategic investor?
I think with the residual stake, what we will be selling even in the tranche 2 would not be meaningful enough for a strategic investor, and hence for the time being we'll focus that effort towards a financial. Also, as I said before, Evan, the timelines for a strategic investor will not work for the 30th September deadline.
Sure. Okay, and also, what will be the plans now for the digital side of the business, the movie business, as well as any message you'd like to give to shareholders?
Well, the plan is as it is. As I said, is business as usual. I mean, our plans to roll out digital and the traditional business will continue. We will deliver growth. Even on the last investor call or the results call that I was on, I have confirmed to you that we will still deliver a 30% plus margin for the full year. Our expectation from digital are quite high, and we do expect it to fall into the category that we want it to.
All right, Mr. Goenka, thanks so much for joining us.